Hey, going guys, welcome back to another Boss Covey review channel today. So, welcome back, guys. So, this is our first official run. So, tonight I managed to get one of the modders online with me today. I'm very nervous actually. During the test live was still okay, getting to know how to use the functions and everything. So today we have a special modder. I think from the pictures you guys know, I managed to reach out the big boss, the godfather of the dot world. So all the way from Malaysia. All I can say is he's one of the idols. All right, many idols that we've been through in the dot world, and I'm pretty sure with some other parts of the Boro world as well. So without further ado, I do not want to waste his time because he's a very busy man. Let's all welcome Mr. Joe Study himself. Hi, Joe.
Hey,
how are you? How are
I'm
you?
okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
I'm not the godfather.
You're the godfather for the study world, bro.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I have plenty of other people.
Come on. You are, like I said before, you are the one of the most respectable and one of the most innovative modders right now in the market, actually. And like I said before in my previous YouTube videos and previous comments on posts on Facebook, I think that you are really one of them who has really penetrated the market, in the dot world. So is something that you have been wanting to achieve back then, or that is just a stepping stone for you to go into the Boro world or the other parts of the vape world itself?
Well, personally, if you're asking me, then I would say that as a modder, you always need to stay relevant in the industry, and with the landscape of the vaping world constantly evolving,
Yes.
you never know. You see, you never know. So you just gotta stay, you know, with the game. And I just happened to jump into the dot world, and it, it's been a fun ride so far. It's been a fun ride so far,
Mm.
and who knows what might happen in the future. I mean, this is not the first time I've been doing something, but well, who
Mm.
knows?
I know. Also, I know that this is a very tight schedule for you. Thank you so much for
No,
coming on board. Actually, I know that you guys
it's
have a
fine.
in. So yeah, so we do have a lot of people asking a lot of questions, and I try to narrow down as much as possible. So do you want to go to the questions first, or you want to talk about how's life in Malaysia right now with the PKP and the MCO, and you guys have factories. How do you guys go about that?
COVID is apparent all over the world, as it
Mm.
is in Malaysia as well. And, the government is doing what they can to, sort of tackle the situation. And we're probably at about, like, I don't know, 80% or more of people that have been vaccinated.
Yeah.
Things are slowly, hopefully, starting to move back on. And, well, well, it's just a matter of us adapting to the situation, because I don't see that this situation's gonna go away in the very near future. We're never gonna go back to pre-COVID as it was ground zero, within a short period of time. So it's just a matter of adapting to the new normal and progressing, I suppose.
Correct. So, Joe. I'm just starstruck, to be honest. Very, very starstruck. You know, the Godfather is here. The Taiko. The Taiko.
No, that's not correct. That's not correct. I'm just an everyday guy. Okay, come on.
Yeah. I think we in Australia itself, in Melbourne, we do have a lot of dot users as well. Who is like, oh, where do you get that? You know, this is from the Steady Kit and all that. So I was like, oh yeah, jump on to the Steady MFG, wait for the drop, and from there you can get it yours. So okay, let's move on to the first question.
Right.
Right. All right, let's go with the first question. Let me hide this up. Give me 1 second. Oh, this is my first time to kick off, bro. Sorry.
It's okay. You're
Right.
doing fine.
Let's go. All right. So the first question: why have you chosen the name Sturdy for the brand? Is there any specific meaning behind it?
Okay. The let's see. Um, my platform. The majority of my platform would be through Facebook, all right? And so I have a Facebook group which is called Sturdy Manufacturing or Sturdy MFG 21 Plus. Um, uh, Prior to this, I was having a different Facebook name. I'm known as Joe Sturdy in the Facebook world now. Prior to this, my nicknames were Sturdy Hands and Hand Sturdy after that because I got I got zucked by Facebook for some reason or whatever. So this is like, I don't know, my third or fourth profile. So that's where the name Sturdy comes from because that was my previous nick, Hand Sturdy Hands. Yeah, that's what it was.
So from there, it comes out with the word Sturdy. What about the 21 plus? What is that for? Is that for age
Uh,
or?
And that's for age, because you don't want Facebook policing your groups that much. So it's more of a political statement. You have to be at least 21 years of age. That would
Oh,
pretty much encompass all of the state or national laws in whatever country it is that will allow for tobacco or nicotine users or whatever.
true. So true, so true. I think the most of the age limit for cigarettes is now have rise up. I think from 18 to 21 in most countries right now. Actually,
Right.
fair enough, fair enough. All right, cool. Okay, let's move on to the next question. And where do we go? So, how many members are there actually in the study team up to date on the
Um, well, the Sturdy group, we have three admins. We have Vincent Chase, we have CC Arias, and we have myself. Vincent Chase is local to me. He's
Yeah.
located in the state of Sabah, on the island of Borneo, which is on, you know, East Malaysia. It's on the island of Borneo, which also houses the whole entire country of Brunei, as well as part of Indonesia. Right, and Cece Arias, she's over in the States. She's located in Virginia, I think. Yeah, she's
Uh,
located in the States. And me, production wise, most, I would say, 90% of the work is done by me. I've got a few guys, and that I've got a few guys that kind of like help me out if and when I need their help. I've got one guy that's almost all the time with me, and the rest of them are people that I utilize within the local industries for making my stuff, I suppose. Yeah,
it's
but
like the hub
basically,
itself.
basically, it's just a one-man team, with
Oh,
help from other people.
oh God. Yeah, man. I mean, there's certain groups. I mean, certain models who have a big group. Some of them have a smaller group. Some of them are two-man show. So yeah, it's
Just
a
a
tough
small
word, isn't
guy.
it?
I'm just a small guy. I don't have
Ah,
a
come
lot
on,
of,
bro.
I don't have
Your
a lot of workers and
your
all
name is
that.
plastered every corner of the world, from Spain, Madrid, Italy. anywhere. Everyone knows who's no Sturdy.
Not really. I don't think so.
Okay, bro. So the next question I wanna ask you. So the next question will be: When do you first start doing custom mods for the vape world, and what was the product that you first knew?
That's it's a hard question.
Yeah, I mean, what made you? I think the
So
question. Yeah.
um, let's see how I'm going to answer this. Okay, so yeah, well, technically, I've been vaping for a kind of for a long time, I would say. I don't know, 10, 11 years. I don't know, somewhere
Oh.
there. But I've not been behind the scenes until somewhere around 2013. But back then I started out brewing and not modding first, and I think somewhere around 2016, 2017, somewhere there. Anyways, then I started modding as a separate sideline for myself,
Mm.
and it was mostly a lot of custom work as well as repairs, refurbishments, upgrades, and a lot of behind the scenes works for other modders and other brands. But unfortunately, I'm not gonna. I have to keep up my end of the bargain. I'm not gonna name any of these people. But that was what it was, and um, there was a lot of custom work. So if you're specifically asking for one particular mod, I don't think that I would be able to answer that way. But well, there was a lot of work done for other people.
So when you say custom mod, I say it's not the dot mod. It's something else.
Yeah. Well, the dot did not exist back then, I think.
Oh, so when was the first panel for the dot that you launched for the OG? When was that?
Oh man, that was like this is 2021. I don't know, last year, somewhere around December, maybe. I think
Oh, right.
November, December, somewhere there. Yeah, somewhere there.
November, December. Which year? 2019? 20,
No, no, no. 2020, I think.
2020. Oh, right.
Oh, was it 2020? Yeah. Yeah, 2020, I think. Somewhere
2020,
there.
right.
Somewhere there. Towards the end of 2020.
Yeah. Sorry, bro. I just want to get back to something. You were saying that you were brewing, and I saw that there was a lot of comments were saying back then on the last video, people were asking about juices. Were you brewing juices back then?
Yeah, it's a long time ago, but I don't want to I don't want to bring that up. So
Okay, all right. We don't touch that. Okay, all right. Let's move on. Oh, there's okay, Joe. If you look on your left side or sorry, right side of your control panel, there is a lot of comments coming in. Actually,
I can't really see that.
you can see that. I think
Hmm.
there's a tab that says that there's a lot of comments coming in. Hi, Joe. Joe, we
I
need study tips for BB. We'll get back to that later. Next, yo, study. Everyone say hello. Study. OG kid is still beautiful. There's a lot of comments coming in on the left side of the panel or the right side of your panel. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one,
All
Joe.
right.
All right.
Okay.
So what was the most successful or sought after panels up to date that you have done so far?
Are you referring to the
Dot. Yeah, let's refer to the dot
dot?
word. Yeah, dot.
Most successful or sought after panels to date? This is a very hard question. Um,
Everyone's been demanding so many things, so I'm not too sure where to
no,
point.
but no, because no, I mean, okay. I don't want to sound like an ass, but
Mm.
I mean, technically today, all the drops that I've had have, well, basically sold out, right? So, if you're asking about a demand for a certain particular design,
Mm.
well, I, I don't know, but a lot of people like the koi. A lot of people also like Mokumi pattern or whatever it was, and I don't really do a lot of a same
Same pen. Same.
design, yeah. So I did a V1 for the Koi, and then I brought back a V2, and then just recently, I think last month, I had a final drop for the specials for the Koi, something like that, and probably
Yeah.
not gonna do any more of them. Well, you got one, right? You
I
got
got one.
one, so
I was the finishing one. Yeah. That was
yeah.
really,
But
really lucky, man.
I think it's more about constantly trying to evolve and change, or try to put in new ideas to
Mm.
see what type of designs that can come out, and stay relevant, and hopefully, people continue to be interested in the designs that come out, as
Yeah.
opposed to something that's being sought after. And if you're talking about like the OG has already been retired. So, there might be a resurgence of people who want to look for something that's no longer in the market anymore
Yeah.
because it's not being produced anymore. So,
Yeah.
it's a constant thing. One man's what's the term?
One
Well,
man
one man's poison. What is that? What is that term? My
terminology.
brain's
It's
no,
alright,
no.
brother.
No. I mean, somebody might see this and say that they don't like it. Somebody else might see it and they
Oh,
say
I
that
know what.
yeah,
Once man rubbish might be something else, diamonds or something like that, isn't it?
yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that.
So it's hard to quantify what exactly would be the most sought after panel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So to be honest with you, one man's trash is another man's gold, or one man's trash is another man's treasure. That's on
It's
comment.
something
Thank you,
like
Matt
that.
Lord. So okay, honestly, for me, for myself, when I first come across your kids, right, your study kids, it was the undefeated that I saw. That was the first time when I saw, oh man, I've owned dot mods, numbers of dot mods before, and I never knew that you can custom inside with a study kit. Never come across it until someone shows on the dot lounge 21. Hey, look at this. I said, hey, this is something different. I've never seen this before. So when I saw the undefeated, then I start to search around, and that's where I found study MFG. Then after that, slowly, yes, the koi is what caught my eye. I said, oh shit, when is the next drop? So I was like, in my mind, it's like, could we get this off the shelf? And I was pretty new to the dot world itself, about drops or X1s. I was very, very fresh, very, very new. So I was like, I was in the page, I was like asking around, and it's like, oh, you have to go for drops. Oh, so this is a limited edition, like sneakers. Oh, I didn't know that. So I was like, oh, okay. So that is where I start to be one of the lurkers and look around. Oh, this is how you do it. Or this is how you do it. So from there, then I start to understand what is actually the drop was all about, what is actually study kit about. And for you yourself, you have been what I would say a very proactive model. You go weekly lives on, especially on the weekends on Saturday, and I try my best to always be there to take a look at your life. You've been constantly updating about your works, which I would say not many models do that. And that's why I said, you know what, you are one of those who is constantly reaching out. Most of the other models I know, they just do post, just do normal Facebook posts and some pictures, but never really interact as in real life like yourself. So yeah, man. I mean, to me, it's like, oh, this guy is really out there in the market. He's really out there to take care of the guys. And I would say every time when we did a purchase, you would personally message, are we up to your standard? Are you satisfied? See, that customer service is what intrigues people. Like myself, hey, bro, I just bought something like this, and your customer service is superb, man. I would say that is one of the plus points in the industry that study. If you were to go to other areas besides the dot, I think you will flourish like no other. But needless to say, this is like a big bandwagon where the whole family is all. I mean, everyone's family wise in the vape world. I think that is where we will constantly progress from there. That is how I feel that this is it. This is gonna be the Boomtown Charlie. This is gonna be the number one. So I think you do have a big fan base everywhere actually. Especially I did talk to a few from Korea, South Korea as well. So you have a big fan in the South Korea side as well. So I was like quite surprised. Hey, shit! Everybody knows who's Joe Study. All right, okay. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is there we go. I just spoke this. So, what type of relationships have you forged along the way in this industry? Is there any connection to the AU or to the Australian vape industry? So, this is one of the
Uh,
comments that's been felt. Yeah.
well, it's been a long journey, and it's been a wonderful long journey to date. I've made a lot of great friends and a lot of great people across the world so far in this wonderful journey that I've undertaken. Get to meet all sorts of people from all over the world, and I really enjoy it. It's a blessing to me. It's a blessing to me. Even in Australia, just off the top of my mind, I'm pretty sure I'm going to miss out a few people, but Stephen Hassani, Neil Cameron, Baris Kurchi, Nassim Dahir, Stephen Boston, Theo Nestora, Adrian Bulls, Nick Philippopoulos, Mark Margin Nadeski, Mark Wayne Grocart, Tony Liu, Kelly Ashton, Joe Intilli, Gino Brincalion, Brad Lawson, Matthew McDonald, um, Justin C, who's originally from Malaysia. He's over there in Australia, and so
That's a lot that you
I,
can remember, man.
well, nah, it's just off the top of my mind. I'm pretty sure I missed out a lot of other people.
Yeah.
There's it's a great community over there in Australia,
Yeah.
and a lot of ballers and a lot of great people over there in Australia as well. I've just not actually been able to, be very close with the Australian community thus far. But well, I do know a few people over there, I suppose.
Right, 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 right. Okay, then. Let's move on to the next question. Right, here we go. So, why do models only ever do limited numbers of the products?
Mm, um, okay. This has been an age-old question, and I'll be very fair in answering it, I would suppose. Um, uh,
Every reviewer will ask you this question.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. But uh, there. Hmm, and this. Well, the thing is, I'm a model myself, so I have to be fair and speak. I can't really just
Don't worry, bro. The
talk.
other models are not listening. You're here with me.
Yeah, but this is live. You know. Now the thing is, you have to take a look at the setup of that particular brand
Mm,
in the first place, and then you
yeah.
got to take a look at their niche within the market. Okay,
Yep.
you might
Yep.
be a very big brand.
Yep.
I mean, we'll just take for example, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have a lot of Chinese modders over there in China that
Mm,
nobody has even heard of, but they make mods for the mass market, and they don't make too little of the mods. In fact, they make hundreds and
100.
thousands and
Yeah.
hundred
Yeah.
thousands or millions of these mods, and
Yeah.
you don't even know who the modder is. You don't know the guy who created it. So that's one end of the market, and then you have all the higher you go, then it might the pyramid grows smaller, I suppose, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's not really about not wanting to put out a lot of product, but
Yeah.
sometimes, well, for example, like for me, I don't have 2 dozen elves running around, and I don't own, a huge factory and all that. So there's a limit to the amount of
Yeah.
number of things that I can do, right?
Yeah.
And then you need to take a look at the various other factors. I mean, some people might have stronger capital because of, they might have a few people who are involved. They
Yeah.
might have a strong financial backing. Some people might not. They might just be starting out. Some people might just be solo, but they are able to, pump in a lot of capital into
Yeah.
whatever project that they want to do. So
Yeah.
that too would, sort of limit or increase the amount of products that are being put out. And then for everybody, however, the one factor that's forever going to stay the same is, regardless of whatever standing you have in life, and whatever ability it is that you have financially or whatever,
Mm.
everybody only has 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
And you know
Two
it,
hands, two legs, two eyes. That's it.
yeah, so you can't not be sleeping. It's crazy, and so um I would suppose that production would depend very much also on how you grow your brand, and if you have a stronger following and the ability to put out products for your consumers, I would say, because you could have like $1 million, right? But
Yeah.
then if you don't have the market to sell your products in, taking $1 million and making a lot of product, and they would still be sitting on the shelves and they will not be moving, as opposed to people that might not have that much capital or
Mm.
the ability to make that many products, but people want the products, right?
Yeah.
So it's a vice versa thing. It's not necessarily people, well, it's
Mm.
not necessarily modders specifically wanting to limit the number of products, I would suppose. Although, that would help in making sure that I suppose that people would want to fight for a piece of the pie per se, but
Yeah.
it's there are many factors, to be fair, to consider when you're talking about it from a business perspective, because whatever it is, regardless of whether you're a modder or not, it is also a business, right? So,
Yeah.
when you're running a business, you have to weigh the risk factors. And if, you're just jumping in headlong, and you're not sure of whether you're going to be able to sell out on a particular item, then that's risk involved, I would suppose.
Yeah, but knowing the style of your doing, I mean your the work that you're doing, you're mostly doing hand etching. Am I right to say that? Every single one of your panels that you have done, you QC check them personally before you release them out to the market. Yeah, am I right to say that?
Yeah, well, it's a mix of processes. There are a lot
Yeah.
of processes involved, from turning something from raw material into a finished product. And
Yeah.
Um, well, I like to be hands-on in every one of those processes. So unfortunately, I only have 24 hours and two hands and two legs, and
Yeah.
there's a certain amount of things that I'm able to do within a given period of time. So that's just the way it is. But for things that I can try to make more of, I actually try to do that. So it gives the end
Mm.
users a better chance at obtaining a particular product. It's not healthy to want something really bad, but never be able to get your hands on one. As an end user, that would suck. It's
Yeah.
like, I like that. It's nice, but I can never get that. So, I'll just move on. So that's not good too.
Yeah, I mean it's not easy to satisfy everyone, but I think most of them will be like constantly keep on trying and trying, especially for the drops. Especially, I do get a lot of PM messages on asking me how do you go for the drops. I do have a team here in Australia itself. I mean a group who really wants to have a steady kit, so they were like, right, I'll show you how to do it. We go for the drops. All right, it's either a Google drop or X1s or X5s. Try it. If you never try, you never know. You see, it's not
Okay,
something that.
so this is sorry for interrupting you,
Sorry, no
but
worries.
I'll just put this out so for those people that are viewing, you would understand, right? So
Yeah,
basically, to the sturdy products, you have mini mass market, which is more of a larger quantity to make sure that people are able to get in on it, and then you have the higher price points, the products that are like, specials or limited or
mm,
one-offs, and they obviously require more time and more attention. Therefore, they are higher priced. But usually, if and when a drop happens, it would usually happen on a weekend. Like
yeah,
we're in the Eastern Hemisphere of the world, so usually it would be on a Saturday morning or Sunday morning, uh,
yeah,
over in the Western Hemisphere, it would be on Friday night or Saturday night. So a drop is usually divided into two parts. If the drop is big enough and there are enough products,
yeah,
then there will be a Google Doc drop where a timer and a lot of notifications will be posted inside the group so that people know when the drop is happening. And then
yeah,
a timer will go up. Once the timer ends, okay, and then a link to a Google Doc will be posted. You click on it and then you fill it in, and you choose whatever it is you want inside of the Google Doc that you want to
yeah,
purchase. And if you manage to, check out on the Google Doc, that means that you would have
yeah,
been able to purchase the product. If there's just 50 units and you're the 110th person to get on the list, then obviously, you're too
yeah,
late, right?
yeah,
But usually that will not happen because we set the Google Docs to auto close
yeah,
once items have sold out. So as long as it stays open, that means you still have a chance of purchasing something.
yeah,
But there might be 10 items, maybe a few of them have sold out, maybe a few have not sold out. You might be able to get what you want. Sometimes you
yeah.
might not be able to get what you want.
Mm,
So that's
yeah,
a Google Doc. And then usually if the drop is big enough, then the next day, then we have the traditional F5, or in you know in
fastest
in
F5.
modern times it's called X1, I suppose. X1 drops, or you have games or whatever it is, or it might sometimes be a randomizer or whatever for
Yeah,
the limited or the specials or whatever it is.
yeah,
So those drops, well, unfortunately, fastest finger wins, or you have to
yeah,
be lucky to get the
yes,
product. But
yeah,
well, that's basically the best that I can do. Sometimes we also change up the timing to accommodate different
yeah.
time zones, but most of the time, Eastern Hemisphere, I would say that it would probably be about I don't know, 10 a.m. Yeah, usually it's about 10 a.m. Melbourne
Malaysia
time.
time.
Yeah,
Oh, Melbourne time. Yeah.
yeah, usually.
So Joe, what is the biggest drop that you have ever done? The biggest, is there any biggest drop that you ever done for study for the drops? Is there any the really big one that really stress you up to the point where I can't do this, man? This is too big. Do you have you ever encountered to that situation where the demand is way 2 to 3 times more than the normal drop? As in, you are dropping maybe 200 panels or 400 panels in one go? Have you
I'm
ever?
not gonna say how many panels I've dropped. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. But I think drop three and drop four were
The
pretty
biggest?
big,
Yeah.
pretty big. But it's well, thankfully, I don't think I've reached the stage where I'm gonna say that I'm gonna walk away from everything and I can't do it.
Yeah.
And basically, it's more about having a proper game plan, I would suppose.
Mm. Yeah.
When you're into production, then it's important that you have a timeline and you know what's happening roughly when. So even if things get out of hand, they won't be that late. So basically, when it comes to sturdy, we try to have at least one drop per month, barring any kind of unforeseen circumstances, like just like a month and a half to 2 months back, there was a lockdown, and things couldn't proceed and all of that. So unfortunately, things had to take a break for a few weeks and stuff like that. But apart from that, basically most of the time, there's at least one drop a month.
One drop a
So
month. Oh.
at least, yeah. So that's about it.
So where does this ideas of the creativity comes to you about, or is it, are you following the trend, or are you following by inspiration from some other models, or how do you get the inspiration to create all these wonderful designs for your panels?
Oh, that's a hard one. Um, I don't know. Uh, I like design, and I've
Yeah.
always been into architecture and design from a very, very young age. So I suppose
Ah,
it's
there's
just a
something that we didn't know.
culmination.
There's something you
It's
didn't know.
yeah, so it's perhaps a culmination of whatever um, attributes that have been in my head
Mm,
for I don't know, ever since I was little and stuff like that, and as well as sometimes things in in life where you see, and they might spark some sort of idea, and then work
right.
on the idea, I suppose.
Perfect, perfect. I think most of the people here, they want an insider scoop on the minds of the models. What is actually a thinking before they're doing it? What is actually their, why do they do this? Why do they do that? These are the questions that they have in their mind. All right, let's leave it at that. So let's move on to the next question. All right. So, what is your vision for the brand 10 years from now?
10 years from now, a decade is a very, very long time, and
Yeah.
I have honestly, I really don't know. I don't. I can't see so far into the future. It's not like I'm running a multinational corporation with 2,000 employees and a bank in Switzerland or something like that. So it's just a
Do you
it's just a hobby job for me. So
do
hopefully,
you have one
I
back
think
in
that
Switzerland?
no, I don't. No, I don't. You crazy? I'm just saying. I mean, it's not like it's a huge corporation and stuff like that where you can actually plan that far ahead because there are constraints as well
Yeah.
as there are a lot of um, parameters
Mm,
to whatever that we're doing. And one of the biggest and I would say the hugest hurdle when it comes to answering this particular question would be the market itself,
yeah.
because the landscape of the vape market is constantly evolving, and
Correct.
it's a very fast game. It's a very fast game, and today this might be hot, and 2 weeks from now this might not be hot. It's
Mm,
the same thing. It's like even with sneakers, right? It's the same thing.
correct.
Yeah, this you buy this today, it's it's 699 retail, and then on stock X tomorrow it's 1,300, and
Oh
then
yeah,
2 months from now people might be selling it for $50. It's hard to predict. It's hard to
correct.
predict. So, being fair, I would say that hopefully 10 years from now, I would still be alive, and the brand
Yeah,
would still be alive and still be relevant, hopefully.
yeah,
But, well,
hopefully.
we don't know. We can only try, right?
Yeah, true. So true. I mean, businesses, especially in the vape world, evolves. You know, from one time from a pot stick, sometimes it becomes a pot. With pot mod becomes a mod. So the evolvement for the vape world is very very fast. Like for example, like I just did one test live a few days ago on the Caliban. All right, just on the Caliban itself, and I just told them the Caliban G just launched last year, and from the call setting, everything. So just for example, so it's like, why are they doing the same thing and they keep on evolving around it? Is so that shows how the market is niche in a way. So it keeps on progressing forward from a micro USB to a Type C charging. So I was like, oh man, it's very hard to catch up for consumers like myself. Hey, I just bought this thing last year and they are selling something else different. So yeah, you are right. I mean, for study brand, if you were to evolve, are you gonna still stick into the vape world, or that brand is just gonna die off in the vape world itself? Where do you see there? I
Oh,
say,
I
are you
can't
going?
answer that. I can't predict the future. Who
Oh,
knows?
yeah.
You're
Who
right.
knows?
Who knows? But,
Who
well,
knows? It becomes a
eh,
fashion wear.
I really don't know, but
Yeah.
it's just a brand where I'm able to put forward ideas that I have and interpret them into designs that are um, um, relative within this particular industry, and
Yep.
people are able to enjoy these. Uh, works of art, as well as it being a functional item or a functional accessory or whatever it is. So, it's just something that I enjoy doing.
I see. I see. All right. Yeah, man. I think I'm just gonna do this. All right. So you have about 9 viewers right now. It's been fluctuating, guys. Do you have any questions for the Godfather himself, the Godfather dot what, for the big boss
Uh,
himself, for the big boss himself from study, big boss from study? Any questions, guys? So there is a lot of PMs coming in actually, because I have a dual screen here, so I can see what's coming in. Okay, so what is this? My God. All right. So okay, Joe, we need those 30 ticks for BB again. So BB, hello, Joe. Did Joe just left? I think he just lost connection. Joe, are you here? Hello. Yeah, guys. So I think Joe has lost connection. Let me see if I can put him back on. There we go. There we
sorry,
go.
cut out. I'm sorry, cut out.
No worries, sir. No worries. Okay, Joe. Just a question. Yes, the Boro box world. So the Boro box world is a really big open market compared to the dot world. There's hundreds of models with different customization. So I think the question here, Joe, we need those 30 tips for BB. So will I know that on the last session that we had on Saturday when you were live on the study page, you were saying that it's in the works. Am I right to say that?
That's correct.
Yeah, it's in the works. So there is also what is this? So they were asking when I think you did say that also that once you clear off with the prop for the dots, it will be onto BB. Am I right to say that or
Uh,
not?
well, okay, if you're talking about direction with this particular dot sturdy project and all of that, right now, I've got to launch the dot mini, and then I've got to um, I've got to drop a few more designs and a few more new, how would I say, processes that I use to
Yeah.
create different designs for them,
Yeah.
and then I'll be moving towards having collaborations with a few other brands, which are actually already in the talks and happening and stuff like that.
Oh,
And then
nice.
that would that will open up the market to a wider base of products being available for the dot sturdy kits themselves from other people as well.
Yeah.
So it will give end users a choice of more things that they can accessorize with, and at the same time, then I'll be working on more Boro related stuff. I'm not going to leave dot entirely,
Yeah.
but I've actually already put out some Billabong stuff a few months back, but they were not under my own brand. They were beta testers. I just wanted to see how they would fare in the market, and
Yeah.
I've sidelined that project for the time being because I wanted to focus on the dot stuff just for the time being and clear up whatever things I had in my inventory to make sure that I, achieve what I wanted to do. And then after
Mhm.
that, then I'll slowly start with the collaborations and let other people come into the other modders actually to come in and actually have their stamp on the market, and you know, uh, utilize this dot sturdy kit as a
Yeah.
platform to have their own panels and stuff like that.
Right. Right. So that means it won't be dot study. It will be like, for example, BB study, Harbor study, or just study.
No comment. No
No comment.
comment.
Okay. All right. So, are you
Dot sturdy
planning?
is just a project for sturdy manufacturing. So,
I see.
you
I
know,
see. I see.
yeah.
It will be something else. Right. Right. So, what about this? Are you planning to make accessories for Harbor from Happy inner for billet box? Okay. I think that is really in the pipeline, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What else? So, Joe, what is your favorite design so far? Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm just going through down the comments.
Favorite design, I don't know. I like a lot of one-offs because each one is different, and yeah, I spend a lot of time on the one-offs. So there are some custom designs that I've done for certain people, certain
Hmm.
clients, and some of them I will remember very well. In fact, I remember every one of them. So, well, it's hard to say what is my favorite design so far. It's they're
Maybe what
all
is the
kind of
hardest?
cool.
What is the hardest design for you to do?
Hardest.
Yeah.
Uh,
Does it take hours or days or just a few half an hour?
oh no. Well, oh each process takes a few hours, so it's basically from start to finish of one kit. It might take weeks, not even days, but they're all done by processes, so that time frame is either increased or reduced uh,
Right.
based on the quantity that's being put out.
Ah. Okay. Okay. That's good. Comment from Matt Lord. It's great to know that the artist behind the work, it makes them so much more special. You see?
uh,
Which is good. Which is good. That's by Matt Lord. He's one of our local coil builder in Australia.
oh, that's
Lordy
great.
Customs. Yeah, Lordy Customs. Okay, who else is here? Tony Lu is probably drinking iced tea and eating cheese string.
Yeah, hi Tony.
Okay, Tony. What else, guys? What else? Oh, there's so many here. Oh my god. Joe, do you have? Is that your full time job as a model, or full time job
Yep,
as? Right. Okay. Okay, guys.
pretty
That
much.
pretty much. Yep. Give me 1 second. Hi, tentatively, when should we expect the first product for any Boro device?
Tentatively, hard thing to say. I don't know. Depends.
Right. Okay, guys, any more questions for our big boss Joe? Because I do not want to hold him up. He got a big job coming.
I'm not a big boss. I'm not a big boss. I'm just a normal guy. Just a normal guy.
He's very humble. I like Joe is the best. Okay, yeah, man, bro. Oh, yo, there's one more. One more came in. We need more. We need more accessories for BB Bang Joe from Azman Rahman.
Azman Rahman.
Azman
Right.
Rahman.
Azman Rahman. He's
Yeah,
located in Sarawak. All right.
yeah, he's
It's
from
from the
Kuching.
island. Yep, that's right. It's on the island of Borneo too.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you, Bang Joe, for kicking off the first live for Modest Insider Special. Actually,
My pleasure.
yeah. I mean, is there
Thank
any
you very much for having me on the show as well.
no worries, man? I hope to see you on this Saturday, right? On Saturday, you have a live coming up as well as Penoma in the morning in Malaysia. What
Right,
time is
that's
it?
correct.
What time is it usually you do?
I don't know, anywhere between Melbourne time would be about I would say 11:30 to 12:30, anywhere between that time frame
All
usually.
right. Right. Okay, just to keep you update, this live is actually is going to be streamed directly to YouTube as well. So for those guys viewers who was watching this or whoever is watching post after, if you guys wants to join the study MFG, just I will give the link below on the description, and you guys can just hop on and join the group and wait for the next drop. So tentatively, Joe goes always every Saturday live with his with the viewers, and you guys can ask him questions from there and listen up to the latest updates on whatever is happening in the study world. Yeah. So Abang Joe, thank you so much. Terima kasih so much for
Thank you
coming.
very much. Terima kasih as well.
Yeah,
All
if
right.
there's any advice for reviewers like myself, what would you advise? Let's just say for future reviewers who's coming up and coming or whatever, like myself. So yeah,
Don't give up.
don't give up. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Bang Jo. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Abang Jo, thank you so much for coming. I'm just gonna put you back to the lobby. Thank you so much. Give me
All
one
right.
second. All right, see you, Abang
Bye
Jo.
bye.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in with Boss School live videos, live stream interview with the models. So this is one of the new concepts that I'm trying right now. It's just that we've been reviewing products, but we have never reviewed the models themselves. So we want to get in touch of how their creativity works around the models. I hope I can get more models on the show as well in the future. So yeah, man. Joe forgot his signature, like stay steady, That's why he always do every time he ends his live show. If you guys watch on, okay, guys. So thank you so much. I'm just gonna put on another stinger, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much, guys.